Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial will be on this beautiful gown that you guys saw, and for that style I'll be making use of crepe fabric. So this is a crepe fabric and I am making use of 1.5 yard. So this is 1.5 yard. I just folded it so that I'll be able to cut out what I'll use for the plating part, for the lower part of this gown. And that's what I usually cut first, so that I don't have pieces of clothes whenever by the time I want to join those places. So what I'm going to be doing is to divide my length into 3. So my length is 27 inches. I'm going to go ahead and divide that into 3. Once I divide my my length into 3, I will take out 2 inches and I'll add it to the other length. So I'll add it to the one that will be for the bodies. So what I'm going to be left is 7 inches. So I'm going to be marking that 7 inches for the length of the plating, and then I'll add 2 inches stitching 1.5 inches stitching allowance to hem it, and then to join this to the body. You don't want it to be too long and you don't want it to be too short. So mine is 7 inches and 7 inches is enough for me. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. So if you're making for a younger child, this is most likely going to be enough for you, but I think I'm going to be cutting 2 of it because I know that 1 will not be enough for me. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to cut out our bodies, or the upper part of this gown. And for this, I am cutting the front and the back together. So guys, I went ahead to fold my fabric into 4. So I'm going to be cutting the front and the back together, so you see what I have. And because this gown is not going to be having a zipper allowance, so if you look at it, you can see that there's no zipper allowance on this thing I just folded. So once you're done folding your fabric, you're going to remember we took out 7 inches for the upper part. So I'll place that 7 inches at the starting point of my folding, and then I'll go ahead and measure the length of this gown. And the length of this gown is 27 inches. It's 27 inches. So I'll mark 27 inches here, and then I'm adding 1 inch stitching allowance to hem, half inch stitching allowance to attach the lower part of this gown. So the other half I'm going to be adding it to the shoulder part. So this is what you have. So I'll just use this side as the starting point of this gown, so that I don't stress myself with that part, because this is the closest part to me now. So the next thing I'm going to be doing, starting from here, because there's no zipper allowance, so the back and the front are going to be closed. Don't forget that. So my shoulder is 10 inches, which is 5 inches. I'm adding 1/2 inch stitching allowance to join the sleeve. And then for my bust point, I am doing 6 inches, because I don't want it to be fitted, and also because it doesn't have any sleeve. So at that point, so this is what we have for our bust point. You don't want to make it too tight. Since it doesn't have any zipper, you have to give a bit of space so that the child will be able to wear it. So for my bust is 6.25. I'm going to mark my bust, and then I'm adding 1.25 extra for stitching allowance, and then for ease. So what I have here is 7.5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this 7.5 inches here. Then I'll add 2.5 inches to it to give it that slanted line, or that A-line shape of the gown. But you don't want this A-line to be too wide. It's going to look funny. I've tried that before and the outcome wasn't good at all. So you should do at most 3 inches, because they are children. At most 3 inches. So but most times I do 2.5 inches. So this is what we have. I just hope you guys can see it. And then I'll go ahead and connect my armhole line. So guys, this is what we have after we are done. Then for the back neckline, I'm going down by 1 inch. And then for the width, you don't want to do too much, so I'm doing 2.75 inches, not up to 3 inches, right? If you're working for a young hip and for a bigger child, please do 3 inches so that their head will be able to pass through it. Then for the front neckline, I'm also doing 2.75, and then I'll mark. You can do 3 inches in fact if you want to, but I don't want it to be too open. That's why I'm doing 2.75. Then I'm going down by ½ inch for my shoulder slope. I'll connect it to the starting point, and then I'll add ½ inch stitching allowance. Remember I said I'll be adding ½ inch stitching allowance at this point. I'll bring it neckline up. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. So what so guys, let's go ahead and cut out the sleeve. So I've folded my fabric and I'm cutting the front and the two sleeves together. So you see it's into 4, and what I have here is my round sleeve divided by 2, sorry, plus 3 inches or 3.5 inches. Remember that this sleeve has some place at the shoulder part, so that's why we added extra inches to it, so that we'll be able to plait it at the shoulder part. Then next thing I'm going to be doing is to mark my sleeve length. My sleeve length is 6.5 inches. I'll just use this 6.5 inches. I can't find my sleeve length. Then I'm adding 1.5 inches stitching allowance to it. For my sleeve height cap, I'm coming down by 3 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead. In fact, this is a free drawing. You can do, if you want to do detailed tutorial on sleeve, you can check my channel, is there. So I will just draw something that look like a long S to it, and then at this point I'm going to add my exact sleeve. I'm going to add the exact sleeve measurements here divided by 2, and then I'm adding 1.25 inches to it for my stitching allowance. So by the time we plait this into the shoulder, it's going to match up with this. So I'll go ahead and draw this up to where I have it. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I'll fold it in by 1.5 by 1 inch, and then I'll use ½ inch to join this to the bodice. So I'll go ahead and fold it and then stitch it down. If you have a serging machine, you serge it and then fold by ½ inch and stitch it. Then onto the bodice, I'm going to go ahead and open this bodice, right side facing each other. We're going to be working on the neckline later towards the end of the tutorial. So for now, you're going to do all these things before the neckline. So I'm going to place my shoulders together, right side facing each other, and then I'm going to go ahead and pin this down, and I will stitch it by ½ inch on. And then for the shoulder, I'm done stitching it down. You can see what you have. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to open it up this way. So I'm going to show you guys easier way to do this. Guys, once I open up my bodice, I'll pick up one of my sleeve, and then I'll go ahead. So this is how I do mine, and it's very easy for me. I don't need to start measuring and measuring. So I'll place the end of the sleeve at the end of the armhole. I'll mash it up, and I'll keep mashing. Until I get to about 2 inches away from the shoulder line. So this is the shoulder line. So I'll stop, and then I'll pin it down. Once I pin it down, I'll pick up the other side of the sleeve. I'll now start stitching. So I'll place it on my machine, and then I'll stitch just like you see me arranging this place. That's the same way you arrange and stitch. You stitch until you're about 2 inches away from the shoulder. You see that you have your SS here. You can see my SS. I just hope you guys can see it. So you see the SS here. So that time you don't plait it into the shoulder, or fold it, or gather it into the shoulder, whichever. So once you gather it, you continue your stitching. At that point, you now remove your pin and continue your stitching to this place. So it's easier. So this is the easiest way I do it, and it's very easy. Try it and leave a comment and tell me how easy it is this way. So I'll go ahead and do this sleeve and also this other sleeve. So guys, I'm done with the sleeve. You can see what we have here. So this is the effect, that plating effect there. So this is what we have, and then I went ahead to join the one side of this gown. So the one side is what we have open now. So I'll go ahead and open it up, and I'll bring in the part I'm going to be using for the plaits. So I'll place it this way, front facing front. I'll first of all stitch my seam, my side seam. So I'll just pin this down, just for illustration purposes, so I'll pin it down. So let's assume I've stitched my side seam down, so I'll start making my place. The fabric keep moving, so you can see I'm placing towards me. So this depends on how much fabric you have. So I'll push this one inward. So once I push it inward, that line, this end of the fabric should be the beginning of this one up. So I'll continue this way. I'll keep pushing it. I just hope you guys understand what I am trying to do. So this is what you're going to keep doing. You keep folding. You can see it. Okay, you can see it. You keep folding. Depends on how big or small you want your place to be. So you keep folding until you get the end of the fabric. So this is so guys, I'm done with the plaiting. You can see how it's laying even without ironing it. You can see what we have. Uche, can you stop making noise? You can see what we have. So we are going to go ahead and iron this with our steaming iron, so it gives it that sweet finish look. So the next thing we're going to do is to work on our neckline. And also I forgot to mention, I serged this. You can see I've already serged it by 1/2 inch, so I'm going to still fold it inward this way by 1/2 inch. So the next thing I'm going to do is to measure our neckline. So I'm going to start from one side of my neckline, and I'll measure all the way to the other side of the shoulder, and then I'll take it all around to where I started. And I have about 18 inches there. So I have 18 inches there, and then I'll go ahead and take out 1 inch from that 18 inches. So this depends on how stretchy your fabric is. If your fabric is very stretchy, take out about 1.5 inches. Unfold, please, unfold. So mine is 18 inches, right? That's what we call. So I'll take out 1 inch, and I'll have 17 inches. So I'll be cutting a fabric of 17 inches long. So guys, my fabric is folded into 2. So I'm going to go ahead and mark half of that 17 inches, which is 8.5 inches. You can add your stitching allowance at this point, but usually I don't add because what I'm going to be taking out to join this is like very tiny, like 0.25, so I don't usually add. So I just marked at that 8.5. And then for the width of this, I'm going to be marking 2.5 inches. So I'll cut this out. So this is what we have at the end of the day. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to stitch this down. If you added your stitching allowance, please stitch at your stitching allowance. But if you didn't add, just take about very tiny, like 0.25, and then join this together. So guys, this is what we have. So I'm done stitching it down. You can see. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it into 2. From that place I have that joining, so I'll fold it into 2 this way, and then I'll bring in the gown. I'll place this at that shoulder line. So I'll place it this way at the shoulder line, making sure that the 2 seam line matches each other. Then I'll start stitching by 1/2 inch. So once I place my machine here, I'll pull this. So as you are stitching, you are going to stretch out this band, this neck band. You're going to stretch it out as you are stitching. Please don't stretch the main fabric. What you are stretching is just this neck band. So you are stretching it out as you are stitching. You stretch out as you are stitching, so that 1 inch you took out, you'll be able to make up for that 1 inch. So you're going to stitch it all around. I hope you. So guys, this is what we have at the end of the day. You can see the neckline. So I'm yet to iron it out, but you can see how relaxed it is. So this is how you're to get your neckline. If you want to make a polo or t-shirt, what's it called? Which one is it? This is exactly how to do it, and you get that perfect shape or that perfect neckline. So I'm going to go ahead and iron this out and then make a bow for this place. I believe you all know how to make a bow. If you don't know how to make a bow, leave it in the comment section. I'll make a bow for a tutorial on that, and I think I have one in my channel. I'll make a tutorial on that. And then I'm going to go ahead and iron this. If you don't know the techniques of ironing this as well, please leave a comment below, and I will make a video tutorial on the ironing part of it as well. I don't want this tutorial to be long, so this is the final result. By the time I iron this out, you will see. I'll try and put the final picture of it, and so that you guys will see the end of the end result. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, share my videos, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.